In 1968, Robert Persig rode a $600 Honda from Minneapolis to San Francisco with his 11-year-old son. The trip became the best-selling philosophy book in American history. That motorcycle is now in the Smithsonian Institution, displayed between the Wright Brothers Flyer and the original Star-Spangled Banner. The Smithsonian did not ask for a Ducati. It did not ask for a Harley. It asked for the cheapest motorcycle in this script. The distance between that $600 Honda and the $929,000 machine at the end of this video is the whole story. Before I start, someone is going to say I ignored the Hayabusa. Someone else will bring up the ZX-10R. Both noted. Let's get into it. Level 1. The machine that invented a category. Ducati Monster 937. Triumph Speed Triple RS. $13,000 to $18,000. In 1992, Ducati designer Miguel Galuzzi sketched a motorcycle on a napkin. No fairing, no bodywork. The engine, the trellis frame, the exhaust, all exposed. The industry said nobody would pay for a premium motorcycle with nothing to hide behind. The Monster became the best-selling Ducati in history and created the naked motorcycle segment that every manufacturer on Earth has been filling ever since. The Triumph Speed Triple RS runs a triple-cylinder engine with a counter-rotating balance shaft that makes the motorcycle want to steer itself into corners. 178 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque. The sound, sharper than a twin, more violent than a four, exists nowhere else at any price. Triumph did not build a quieter version. There is no quieter version. The Monster didn't sell performance. It sold honesty. Everything before it had been covered up. Galuzzi put the machine on display and dared the buyer to look at it directly. Level 2. The Icon. Harley-Davidson Road Glide. Indian Challenger. $15,000 to $22,000. In 1983, Harley-Davidson was weeks from bankruptcy. Japanese manufacturers had taken the market. Their own quality had collapsed under AMF ownership. Instead of building a better motorcycle, they lobbied the Reagan administration for a 45% import tariff on all Japanese bikes, over 700 cubic centimeters. The tariff passed. Then, with breathing room, they launched HOG, the Harley Owners Group, a paid membership community for buyers. By 2000, it had 650,000 paying members. Harley didn't save itself by making a better motorcycle. It saved itself by making the motorcycle optional and the identity mandatory. The Road Glide's Milwaukee 8 117 produces 125 foot-pounds of torque, more than a Porsche Boxster. It arrives at 3,500 revolutions per minute, not at redline. At 3,500 revolutions per minute, at the exact speed, you cruise a highway. The Indian Challenger runs a 108 cubic inch Power Plus engine and comes from the factory with more standard technology than the Road Glide charges extra for. Harley's response was to sell more patches. The odometer is the one number nobody mentions on the showroom floor. Level 3. The Race Transplant. Ducati Panigale 5 4R BMW M 1000RR. Aprilia RSV 4 Factory, $22,000 to $38,000. In 2004, Valentino Rossi left Honda, where he had won 3 consecutive MotoGP World Championships, and signed with Yamaha, who hadn't won the title in 12 years. He took a reported pay cut. First season at Yamaha, world champion. He said simply that winning on a dominant machine had stopped requiring everything he had. A motorcycle that doesn't require everything you have is worth less than one that does. The Ducati Panigale 5 4R shares approximately 80% of its engine components with the Desmo Tesi GP. The machine Pecco Bagnaia rode to back-to-back MotoGP World Championships, not inspired by the race bike, derived from it. Road legal, number plates attached, 240 horsepower in race trim. The BMW M1000RR generates 18 kilograms of downforce at 186 miles per hour, a figure developed in BMW's Motorsport Wind Tunnel alongside their DTM race cars. At that speed, the motorcycle is being pushed into the road harder than gravity alone is capable of. Physics is being assisted. Below this level, motorcycles give you the feeling of performance. Above it, the machine asks whether you are capable of using what it already is. If this is landing, hit like and subscribe. Every week, I break down how things actually work, not how the brochure describes them. Stay with me, because from level 4 onward, the motorcycles stop being things you ride and start being things that ride you. Level 4. The Supercharged Kawasaki Ninja H2 Carbon, $35,000 to $55,000. In the entire history of production motorcycles, one manufacturer has supercharged an engine and sold it for road use: Kawasaki. No external supplier makes a supercharger small enough or powerful enough for this application. Kawasaki designed and manufactured one in-house, the H2 Carbon, 228 horsepower. Upper fairing, 100% carbon fiber. The H2R, the track version, produces 310 horsepower, not road legal in any country. Kawasaki built it anyway. Published the number, said nothing further. 310 horsepower. In a motorcycle, the Lamborghini Huracan produces 630. Split that between 2 wheels instead of 4. Remove the roof. Remove the doors. Remove the 2 tons of chassis separating you from the road, and you are somewhere in the neighborhood of what Kawasaki built and then quietly listed for sale. The number makes its own argument. Level 5. The exclusive Italian Ducati Superleggera, V4 MV Agusta, V4 Claudio, $85,000 to $120,000. 500 Ducati Superleggera V4s exist in the world. Carbon fiber frame, carbon fiber swing arm, carbon fiber wheels. The only road-legal production motorcycle on Earth built this way. 159 kilograms, 234 horsepower in race configuration. At top speed, the aerodynamic wings generate more downforce than Ducati's actual MotoGP machine at race pace. A road motorcycle generating more downforce than the thing Ducati races at the highest level of the sport. The MV Agusta F4 Claudio, 12 units, 100,000 euros. Named for Claudio Castiglione, the man who saved MV Agusta from bankruptcy twice. The F4 was designed by Massimo Tamburini, the same man who designed the Ducati 916, considered by historians the most beautiful motorcycle ever made. 2 masterpieces from the same hand. The F4 Claudio was his last. In 2015, Honda built 213 units of the RC213V-S, a street-legal MotoGP machine at $184,000. Every buyer was required to complete a riding course first, not to verify they could ride, to make the purchase feel earned. The number who have since lapped a circuit at race pace is not a figure Honda publishes. 500 units, 213 units, 12 units. At this level, the production number is the specification, level 6. The American hand-built Arch Motorcycle KR-GT1, starting at $85,000. In 2008, Keanu Reeves walked into a custom shop in Los Angeles with his Harley-Davidson Dyna and a description of a motorcycle that didn't exist. Builder Gard Hollinger built it. Reeves proposed making it a company. In 2011, Arch Motorcycle was founded. The KR-GT1 fuel tank is machined from a single 534-pound block of billet aluminum. That process takes 66 hours. Not 66 hours of factory assembly, 66 hours of CNC machining on one component. Reeves is estimated to be worth $380 million. He could have purchased every machine in this script without pausing to check the account. He built one instead, because the one he wanted didn't exist yet. That distance between what the market offered and what he actually needed turned out to be a company. He returns from every development ride with a list of changes, not suggestions, changes. The engineering team takes notes. Level 7. The engineering outlier. Bimota Tesi H2. MTT Turbine Y2K. $116,000 to $185,000. The Bimota Tesi H2 has no conventional fork. The pivot sits at the wheel hub connected to the frame via machined aluminum linkages. When you brake, the front geometry doesn't change. When you accelerate, the rear doesn't squat. Braking and acceleration forces are fully separated from steering inputs. The engine is Kawasaki's supercharged H2 unit, the same one from level 4, inside a chassis built for what conventional geometry was never designed to handle. The MTT Turbine Y2K runs a Rolls-Royce Allison 250 gas turbine, the same engine that powers the Bell Jet Ranger helicopter, in a motorcycle frame. 320 horsepower, 425 foot-pounds of torque. The exhaust temperature at idle, 1,300 degrees Fahrenheit. Jay Leno, who owns the first production example, once melted the front bumper off a car that stopped too close behind him at a traffic light. He had done nothing wrong. He was simply idling. Leno described riding it as the hand of God pushing you in the back. There is no engine braking. Close the throttle. The machine coasts. Physics has been suspended. $185,000. Guinness World Record. Most powerful and most expensive production motorcycle when it launched. Level 8. The Legend. Brough Superior SS 100. Vincent Black Lightning. $175,000 to $929,000. George Brough built 3,048 motorcycles between 1919 and 1940. Every SS 100 came with a certificate confirming its top speed. Not a claim. A documented, tested figure. T.E. Lawrence owned 7, named them George I through George VII, called them Bonerges, son of thunder. He died on the 7th. He had already ordered the 8th. The Brough Superior was relaunched in 2014. The Lawrence edition, 8 units, 1 for each motorcycle he owned, including the one that never arrived. 33 Vincent Black Lightnings were built between 1948 and 1955. Phil Vincent guaranteed everyone would reach 150 miles per hour, or he would take it back. In 1948, no production car on Earth could match that speed. Not Rolls-Royce, not Ferrari. No refund was ever requested. The company went bankrupt in 1955. In 2018, a 1951 Black Lightning, unrestored original paint, 8,500 kilometers on the clock, sold at Bonham's in Las Vegas for $929,000. The buyer was anonymous. The motorcycle returned to Australia, where it had set the national land speed record 65 years earlier. 19 matching numbers examples still exist, never fully replaced by anything built since. That $600 Honda CB77 is still in the Smithsonian. It has not moved. Persig wrote it until he understood something, then wrote it down. 5 million people recognized what he found. The 1951 Vincent Black Lightning that sold for $929,000 was built to go 150 miles per hour. It went. It proved it. It set records. It will almost certainly never see a road again. One motorcycle is in a museum because it was ridden. One is worth nearly $1 million because it survived. The motorcycle was never the point. What you understood when you were on it, that was always the point. If this was useful, subscribe. I break down how things actually work, not how the brochure describes them. See you in the next one.